I kind of had to stand on business in my point of view. Like, she deleted a text in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So we went no contact. After that, we had a little disagreement. And I kind of been portraying, like I'm going my own way, just kind of like that's a barrier, that the boundary that was crossed,
Right.
So now I'm just like standing on business. I'm hoping she hits me up and stuff like that, but we have a fixed schedule to get like my daughter, and I was just wondering. My question was like, man, what do you think? Because I think it's like automatic. Like in my mind, it's an automatic answer. I don't need a proof. To me, it's like something was going on. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. You know who she deleted the text from?
Nah, that was the issue. We were transparent with each other till that moment. Like, well, at least in my belief, we were always transparent. We would talk about people hitting us up on our DMs and Instagram and whatever.
Right.
So that's why it kind of hit me sideways that, like, and I just by happenstance, I was walking by our kitchen. I went to the fridge, and long story short, I hear her. She was on the couch, like we were kind of doing our own thing, and she received the text, and I happened to look, and I heard it, and I happened to say something in me. I was just like, "Oh, what's up? Who was that?" And when I went towards her, she got up. She like deleted it, So
Ah.
yeah, right.
Hey, did you break up with her?
Yeah, bro. But I feel like shit cause my baby, and
Right. How was your
just in general, it's like she swears up and down she don't know who it was, and she ended up changing her number. She said she did all that for the sake of our relationship, but I don't believe it, bro. To be honest,
How old's your child?
she's gonna be 2.
How long you been with your lady?
We was on 5 years.
And how old are you two?
I'm 36.
Okay. Have you noticed any other changes in behavior?
Yeah, definitely. It was before. I mean, I'm pretty good with the hints, as far as like interest and attraction. There is a lot of things going on. That's the reason why I asked about the phone, because I was already looking into those things where I could feel the decrease in of certain things. You know what I mean?
Like what changes did you notice?
Like no more lunch calls or like texts throughout the day, or just not as much as intimacy, more being a little turned down a little more, and her being irritable. And like my belief is like, once a woman's kind of being argumentative and kind of mean in a sense, it's like I don't even pay attention, bro. I kind of pull back right away. So that's where I feel wrong. I wanted another man's perspective. I crossed by your stuff before, and I peep what you say and with other people, but like I said, I never joined. I just
Right.
scroll by. Yeah.
Right. Right. So y'all's general connection, like, is she a bit more distant, or like, are there any arguments coming on her end?
Oh yeah, that's what happened. It was pretty bad, and like long story short, she tried to grab my phone. Right, like I went to the restroom and I said something, and I just like walked away. Like, oh, I don't believe that shit. Like, come on now. And my phone was charging. She had grabbed my phone and she took off. And I guess she tried to go through it, but I recently changed my code because like little stuff before that, I was like, I found it odd. She recently changed her code, so I was like, all right, I'll just match it. I'll change my shit.
Oh, she changed her code too.
Yeah,
How do you know that?
that's why I changed mine, bro.
How do you know she changed her code?
Well, cause like I said, we would do that sometimes, or we'll speak on stuff, and we recently went through our phone because we were talking about like IG, and she was just, oh, I'll see your comments, let me see your comments, and just like I said, picking for stuff. So that was one thing as well. There was a little decrease as far as like the openness on the phone. Like, she'll take her phone everywhere with her.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Okay. Okay. So was she complaining about anything that you were doing?
it started like ever since that text that she deleted the text. I got a little more like from the trustworthy end. I started questioning shit. You know what I mean? Like just.
So like in the relationship around this time, was she making any kind of complaints against you?
Oh yeah, I definitely felt she was villainizing me, bro. Like for any little stuff, any little. Like I've been through it. I was married before, and it's like the second time it kind of happens to me. But I know I've grown so much because before I would have kept being with a woman and give her the benefit of doubt until they leave me. Like so now I almost felt like it was God putting that in front of me and saying like, all right, let's see if you're really gonna say what you are now.
Right.
You're gonna.
What was her excuse for deleting the text message?
Her excuse was that she's had that number forever and she didn't want us to get in no argument, so she deleted the text, like for the sake of our relationship.
She had what number? See, that's a big. When you catch people in the moment, their lies are always goofy. It's
Yeah.
always goofy, and you can kind of see them like kind of coming up with something. So like she said that she had that number for a long time and she deleted it.
No, it was her number. She's always had her number, right? And it was just a random number that texted her. So her first excuse was like, I don't know who it was. It was a random number, but it said some sus shit, It said like, "What's up? What are you doing tonight?" It said some shit like that. And yeah, I did the same thing, bro.
Get out of there, man. Get out of there, man. Yeah, this
I
ain't
did
this ain't
the
good.
same thing, bro. And then so now it's kind of like she swears up and down, and she's trying to come back and stuff like that. But I'm like, that was my question. Like, am I wrong for standing on my business? Like,
No. The reason why I was asking these questions is because, like, with cheating, unless you're dealing with a cheater like who really makes a living off that shit, it normally comes in like when you're with someone, you want to establish
a
like
boundary.
no, not a boundary, but like a baseline of behavior.
Okay.
Right? I'll give you an example. Like you'll know some people like they'll put their phone face down. And some people look at that as like suspicious. Right? But context is needed, right? So let's say you're dating a woman and for as long as you've known her, she just puts her phone face down. It's what she does. Okay, well her putting her phone face down ain't necessarily a red flag because it's like this is what she's always done. But let's say that she's normally had the phone face up. But then after a year or two together, now she's starting to put it face down. Okay, now that's a changed behavior. Changed behavior always means something. It doesn't necessarily mean cheating, but it does mean something. Okay? So what you're describing is she's making complaints over small things. She's more irritable. She deleted a text. When you asked her why she deleted the text, she had a goofy explanation, and she recently changed her passcode and has been monitoring you more closely, which is like projection. So all behavior points to some sneaky shit is going on. I can't say with absolute certainty, obviously, but I can say if I was a betting man,
yeah, bro,
my money's on red, baby.
And I'm going with my gut, man, and it's like. And we have conversations like we cool, we don't yell, we don't like argue, stuff like that. But she's like, and I've told her, hey, if it happened to you, what would you think? And she's like, well, yeah, I wouldn't take that, but it's not cheating. I'm like, that's cheating to me, like if I can't see it, that's something we argue about. She's like, it's not cheating. I didn't know who it was. I told you what I told you. And I'm like, well, hey, I still think I could make up an opinion on my own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that. It sucks, man, because we're doing this schedule thing, and then it comes to my daughter and shit. But I haven't said anything, you know what I mean? But it's like I would take her back, but at the same time, I don't think I should, because it's funny how you say in the beginning. I think it's always been like that, brother. Like I said, we've always spoke about what we were doing and how we were dating, and a lot of these women have 3 to 5 dudes while they're dating and while you're dating them,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I didn't see she got serious with me like literally, she stopped talking to this other dude. She showed me too when we first got together. She showed me that she stopped talking to this other dude, and when we got exclusive. But like the thing that got me, what was a finality, like the nail in the coffin when she changed her number. Like after that happened, it's like we didn't talk for 3 days, 2 days, and then she texted me out of nowhere like, "Hey, this is my new number," and I didn't ask for that, you know.
Right.
And she said she did it to kind of like save our relationship, to show that she was serious, you know what I mean? And,
Oh, so she changed her phone number after the text message.
yeah, she did it to kind of show me like,
Nah.
we're BS, bro.
Nah. You see, like you could probably work with it if she just was honest.
Exactly, that's all I
You know
wanted.
what I
We were
mean?
honest,
Nah,
you
she
know.
not being honest, and then she standing by that goofy story that she had someone just randomly texted her. Nah, nah.
Yeah, that's
No, so I wouldn't entertain this no more, brother. To be honest, like you do what you want to do, because I know it's hard, especially you got a 2 year old. Obviously, you want to keep the family together, and then you don't have any hard evidence. But
that was my question for everybody though. Like, what do y'all think? You know, and then I'll get off the panel and let somebody else, because you know, you kind of doubt ourselves, but I didn't get the certain proof, but I'm like, man, I feel it. I know it. It's like, I shouldn't allow it, bro. You know,
yeah,
I can't.
I would. It's hard to say what I would do because I get how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Because like you start in these situations when it's like there's not hard concrete evidence, you start to gaslight yourself a little bit.
I feel gaslighted. That's how it is, bro.
Right.
Definitely.
Because like you want to believe that that's not what's occurring. You know, maybe she did have a random person text that number by accident, and then she deleted the text because she didn't want to cause any issue. Like you start gaslighting yourself, and it's like,
Yeah.
nah.
If we was like that, like I'm the type, like, just tell me. I ain't tripping. I prefer honesty. You know, it's like, it's not a thing. It's not like I don't expect you not to get texts or dudes to hit. She's a beautiful woman, or like to get hit on or be talking, but it's just odd, bro. But all right, man. I appreciate the time, bro.
All right, brother. Keep me posted on how it goes. All right.
I definitely do.
All right. Alexa, you must be new here. You must be really, really new. Stick around. You'll see why. Let me see. Who's next? Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Let me. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect. So, I know you get a lot of callers, and I don't know if you remember me from the other day, but I had an issue with being underwhelmed with my possibilities, and your advice was helpful. Like maybe you're meeting people in the wrong place, or something like that. So, I didn't meet anybody new, but I just kind of stopped talking to everybody because, well, as a person with ADHD, you mentioned that during our talk.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was just talking to him because I was bored.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
And since you said that before, I'm like, I think I just got bored because
Right.
I called somebody I had a random morning off. I called somebody just because I was on my way to the thing, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I didn't even like him at all. Like, I saw him post a picture of a lady that he was with. I already knew about it long before I saw the picture, and my stomach didn't jump, no flinch, no heartache, didn't feel bad. I was like, oh, that's good for him.
Right.
And swipe to the next story. So, how do I break that loop of like when I realize that I know I'm not in it for the long haul, or I already see the things I don't like, but there's time, there's maybe a possibility, there's a chance, or it's just free or whatever. I think I'm spending too much time, but I'm not finding that early. I don't think I'm leaving early enough. So if I'm liking something and I'm enjoying it, I'm gonna let myself have the fun, right? Not sexual, of course, but I'm like, we could just be friends.
Right.
So like, but I feel like I'm also, God don't bless no mess. So I feel like I'm blocking other things to come and land because it may be 3 people I might have met over, let's say, 6 weeks time, and I'm not heavily entertaining. Like maybe 2 or 3 times a week, I got some romantic energy to spend, talk, hang out, you know, all that other stuff. So when it's time to pull back, I'm spending too much time in the spot because I'm bored, and I think I'm blocking my blessings.
Right.
Or caught up in the, oh, I'm having fun. I'm out here having a good time. You should join me having a fun time. And I'm not letting the romantic energy land early enough, and I'm missing the window. So I'm like, what's the, I'm trying to figure out where's the balance in that.
Okay. What does like your day-to-day life look like, your lifestyle?
Uh, I work with kids, so I'm busy, like hands and feet on, honestly, all day. If I get a random morning off, let's say my client cancels, I'm most likely to hit the river, lake, or something like that, get my feet wet, and then have my little backup bags in the car, wash up at work real quick. I read, I practice my instruments. Like from the time I open my eyes at 6:45 until I go to bed at about 11 o'clock, I got my hands on something.
Mm-hmm.
On something. So I'm kind of in spaces where people come up and talk, but a lot of time people go on their nature walks to be quiet. So they may look at me, but they're like, oh, she probably don't want to be bothered. And
Right. So you're saying that you're basically encountering men, dealing with men that you don't really like that, and you're not you are aware of you not liking them to that degree.
9 out of 10 times, I
Right.
find out early, but I usually give it a shot because I'm like, just because I wasn't super into it our first conversation, sometimes
Right.
that has changed within like a week or two.
Gotcha. So
I'm like, oh, I saw him in a different light.
what does your social life look like?
My social life, unfortunately, my closest friends live in either another state or a good long distance
Yeah, that's your
drive.
problem.
Yeah.
You don't have anyone pouring into you socially. So you're using men that you date as your social life.
Damn, you're right.
Right.
I was like, maybe I need a second opinion, but you're right. I think I get yeah. It's not hard for me to make friends or meet people,
Okay.
but
And do it.
it can be it can be kind of tricky if the same issue I may have in romance of them thinking I always have one foot out the door. I noticed 1 or 2 new people as regular platonic friends, women of course, kind of act like I may be doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Explain.
Like, oh, you're not. I was like, oh, it's usually, oh, I thought you wouldn't want to do this thing. I didn't think you wanted to hang out because you said you had plans.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, shoot. I said I had plans 3 times in a row. Of course they didn't.
Yeah, you got to learn to nurture the connection. And you say you're ADHD?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like diagnosed, or you just think you are?
My therapist told me I should definitely get it checked, but
Okay.
I got all the symptoms.
Okay, let's assume that you are.
It doesn't.
So, like
Yeah,
with
it doesn't
ADHD
affect my
people,
life in a way where I'm losing money
I got you. I
and
got you.
things like that.
I
You know
got
what I
you.
mean?
I
I
got
might
you,
lose
love.
my phone,
All
but
right.
that's about it.
All right. So, people with ADHD suffer from this thing called like object permanence. If you do have ADHD, we don't really miss people.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't miss people for real. So it's called object permanence. So unless the person is right in front of you, sometimes they don't even cross your consciousness. They don't really cross your mind like that. But in a friendship, that can make people feel like they're not really important to you. Right? So you couple
I'm
that,
losing on
you
that
couple
feeling at
that,
the beginning.
yeah, you couple that with the fact that you're canceling plans. Yeah, they may feel like the connection is one-sided, which is a simple fix. You just start initiating plans with people. Not every time, but like, so that strategy I gave you, I got to mute you for a second just because, for 2 reasons actually. That damn beep, but then also there's an echo. But the same strategy I gave you last time you called in, right? You want to put yourself in static environments. But remember, when I said put yourself in static environments, meaning environments where every time you go, you see the same people over and over and over again, that will more easily facilitate a connection, whether romantic or platonic. You don't want to go in those environments fixated upon meeting a man, right? you want to meet anyone who wants to interact socially. So you can use that same strategy to make friends and potentially find a lover, right? So if you're saying that your closest friends live a considerable distance away from you, then you need to start making friends locally. Right now you're too isolated. Okay, so that is definitely, and that's creating the conditions to where like you're dating these men longer than you need to date them, and you're delaying meeting the person that you can actually be with because you're entertaining the wrong people for so long. Had you had social connections who can kind of pour into you in that way, you would be more discerning and have a higher degree of standards for the men that you're entertaining, because you would get that, you would scratch that social itch with more platonic connections. I'm gonna mute you now.
Thank you. And I will address it. We got like 15 fire smoke detectors and carbon dioxide in this house. Okay, we safe, y'all. I swear, it's like 2-3 of them just between the kitchen alone. Okay, I'm the tallest person in the house, and I'm 5'2". All right, I can't reach it. The ceiling's too high. I can't reach it.
I got you.
But as far as like that social itch, and of course like recognizing symptoms, I work with people that's diagnosed with everything from autism to ODD, ADHD, bipolar, and everything else. So I use my tools at work to make sure my life can fall apart.
Right.
Now, after the energy is spent, sometimes I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Kid and spit on me, threw something at me, I had to restrain somebody. It's just a long day, so I may not have this social energy every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So people do tend to get neglected, and the guys that you like, oh, maybe they getting bored. You said that last time. I'm like, ain't nobody ever told me I was boring. I don't like to negate people in their life because I'm going to sound argumentative. But nobody ever told me I was boring or on something. It's always...
I can tell you this.
One foot out the door.
Every boring person I've met, I ain't never told them they were boring. You know, it's not something people say. And I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that is a possibility, right? Because it's like there's levels to things, right? So it's like you get to around a really smart person, you know, who's like super duper educated and high IQ. Even if you are sharper than average, like to them, they may still not be stimulated, you know. So it just depends on the situation. But this is going to be a bigger issue than even that was.
Yeah.
What I just told you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my stuff in place. Now I'm not lonely. I do live with the whole family. We done moved back in the house together, got some property or whatever. Great smart family moves. So it's my 2 sisters and my mother. I'm never understimulated as far as people being around, like the people I love. It's not shallow. Like these are people I love. Siblings for 30 years and close friends. They don't ever not answer the phone, and we keep close contact. It's more like the activity level. So I think I was trying to use the guy for the activity.
Right.
Not date for fun. I'm not asking for money. I'm not doing the things. I'm like, I'm trying to be Tarzan and Jane on my nature walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have some fun. Right. So when it comes to making sure there's also balance, and then even meeting the right kind of person that would fit into the lifestyle, I'm finding it extremely difficult. I don't consider myself traditional or anything like that. I'd be totally fine living with a guy that I only saw twice a week. So that way the person that may not understand me totally wouldn't feel neglected every night, because after giving somebody my 9 to 5, I don't think I got that 5 to 9. I can't perform. I don't want to spend every moment in my off hour. I don't want to be like, what, we eating? I don't know, you've been eating for 35 years. Eat that. Why? You know, like whatever you've been eating, why not just, you know what I'm saying? Like, leave me be for a little bit. Right. So it's extremely difficult. They want another baby. I'm like, look, you should have caught me when I was 27. You know what I'm saying? Right. So my pool is smaller. Right? It's smaller. Somebody said something about an avoidant. I have never avoided a connection in my life. They're all very healthy, and I got it in a healthy way. But I'm finding people that, you know, I feel like maybe my pool is smaller than I realize it is. So where are those people? I'm taking your advice of putting myself in the spaces and making sure I maintain my social life, because I make some plans with a coworker today. Because I was like, maybe I should do that. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't even want to call what's now. I got something to look forward to. No boredom there. But as far as making sure I'm not into the extra traditional space, where are those people at? Because I'm pretty sure they call you and they tell you where they going. So where they at?
Who are we looking for?
the non-traditional people that don't expect the performative part of the relationship. Like, we gotta eat dinner tonight together every night. We gotta just because we both off between 5 to 9, we gotta watch the same show. We gotta do this like just because we're in the house together. Like, company versus companionship. I'm not looking forward to just the company. Where are those people? Like, do they call you?
You're too vague. I gotta meet you. I gotta meet you again because it's echoing and that beep again. I need y'all to. You said there's 5 people in the house. Stack on top of each other. Stack on top of each other. Right. Get your balance right. Put mama at the top. Put mama at the base. And you climb on the top. Change that battery. Okay. So, all right. I don't know what you mean by non-traditional, because the way that you use the phrase non-traditional is not how people use it. So I don't really know what you mean by that. You just sound like you described a non-boring person. I'm going to tell you this again, right? Interesting people tend to find interesting people. If everyone you're attracting is boring, that's some bad news for you. You might be kind of boring. You don't think you are. No one does. No one boring thinks they're boring, but boring people exist. So you find those people by living an interesting life. I have a very diverse, interesting network. I do very interesting things, right? So if you want to find someone who's stimulating and interesting, you put yourself in the environments where those people will be. Things that are just like innately interesting to you, okay? Like, enough time hasn't even passed from our last conversation for you even to have met enough people to even determine whether or not the strategy works. You just called in like 2 days ago, right? You just told me how busy you are, so I know you haven't spent a lot of time in these static environments. So you have to, again, start finding static environments that filter for the qualities that you're looking for. Okay? You're looking for stimulating people. All right? So that's going to be places where people are intellectually stimulated, where there's some degree of novelty, right? So you want to start putting yourself in those environments and engaging with people. Now, one thing that I can tell you that you can fix on your end, you tend to ramble, right? It's like the way you speak is like a stream of consciousness. So like, I'll ask you a question and we're talking about what you're eating for dinner tonight. That wasn't a part of the question I asked, right? So respectfully, but that may, if you're doing that on dates, because you told me that some guys like kind of just was cool on it. If you're doing that on dates, like me, you're on a date right now. And I was talking to you. You were talking back to me. And I asked you a question. And you ramble like that. I'd be like, I've already decided that I'm probably not going to talk to you again. It's not an interesting interaction for me. But yeah, just try the strategy out for real and then come back and we'll course correct. But I do got to move on, love. I truly wish you the best. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move. Let's move on.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
good. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you?
Honestly, I saw your live on my FYP, so I decided to join.
Okay.
And I see that it says dating and relationship Q&A,
It does.
and I'm like, why not?
Why not? Talk to me. What's going on?
Well, I feel like oftentimes, like, what do you want to know specifically? Is there anything specifically, or?
What is your question, or like, what's your situation?
I guess my situation is, when do you know when to just walk away, like, entirely? You know what I mean? Where you can understand the person and what they're going through but it's affecting the relationship in a way where that's starting to affect you negatively.
So give me the specifics. What specific situation are you in?
So he's a so he plays in professional sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is already kind of like a red flag, but I still decided to allow him to pursue me anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But as of recently, I met his mother last week, and he's met my family a couple times. I just graduated from college, and he's been over plenty times. But then out of nowhere, he just has stuff going on in his life. So then we spoke a couple days ago where he said that, like, he's just been acting weird. And I read people's emotions well as well. Sorry, like, I feel like I'm all over the place. But I read people's emotions well, so I kind of picked up on it, and I was like, hey, we need to talk. And with that conversation, it kind of just led to him having excuses. And it just left me in a place where it feels like, okay, well, he's not willing to try to meet me where I'm at, because I feel like now I'm the one who's giving all the emotional effort within the relationship, and he's kind of just pulling away. And I think that's just my sign to just walk away entirely, but I don't know if I'm overthinking it.
Wait, so what was the original issue? Try to be as specific as possible.
The original is just him being distant and then me approaching it.
Okay, so when you say him being distant, specifically, what does that mean?
Just him going ghost, inconsistency, essentially, and then popping up like, hey, can I come over?
Okay, so him going ghost for like how long?
I'd say like a day, and then I know it's not like crazy, but it would be a day, but then when we'd have a conversation, it would be very dry, and I'm the one who's initiating the conversations, that type of stuff.
Okay, so the day or days when you don't talk to him, where he goes ghost, are you like reaching out to him? He just doesn't respond until a day later, or are you waiting for him to initiate?
Well, I'm kind of just waiting for him to initiate, and then he'll probably text me just good night at nighttime. Like, it's not an entirely like, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How did y'all meet?
Well, his mom and my mom are friends, so.
Okay. So how long have you like known him or been seeing him?
We've been seeing each other for about 5 months now.
Okay. What do you like about him?
That's a good question, because I honestly feel like even with those 5 months, like, again, I'm hyper aware of this, and I honestly feel like I should just trust my intuition. But it kind of just feels like I've been the one who's been emotionally present. Like, he's physically there, but he's not, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking things, but he's just not giving me what I'm looking for.
I hear you,
I'm
but
looking for
also,
consistency and communication, not someone who just reacts to me.
but I'll ask you again, what do you like about
Uh-huh.
him?
You said, what do I like about him?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't know. I think he just feels familiar.
Is he very physically attractive?
Yeah,
Well, that's what you like about him.
yeah.
So we got to start not being fooled by looks and actually
Mhm.
like assess people for chemistry and compatibility.
Yeah.
Also, him going ghost, he's not really going ghost. It's just you're waiting for him to initiate.
Yeah.
So it's technically not going ghost, right? That
Right.
doesn't mean that you should initiate all the time either. It's just
Mm.
I wouldn't gauge a person's interest on whether or not they initiate if you're expecting them to always initiate.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you can't even articulate to me what you like about him, then this obviously is not the right connection.
That's true. I think it's not more so if I can't articulate it. I think I've just been reflecting a lot since our conversation that kind of just, it's hard to see him as who he presented himself to me after that conversation, because now it just feels like he was almost pretending the whole time, or I don't know.
Pretending how?
Yeah.
How was he pretending?
Like, I remember when we first started talking, he would say things like, you know, he's looking for something long term, but then his actions don't align with that.
Yeah, but you still can't tell me what you like about him.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's
you
true. I
don't
mean,
really
I
like
could tell you what I like about him.
outside of the physical.
Yeah, outside of the physical, I just, like, we can just sit in silence together. He's pretty funny. We have very similar humor. He likes to read like me. We have a lot of values that are similar that I also like about him. And I like that he's, like, he cares about taking care of himself and health.
Okay. My gut says you still don't really like him like that because he doesn't seem to be expressive. So he reads books, but he doesn't talk about the books he reads. So it's like, well, then that doesn't count, right? He sits in silence, and it's like, yeah, he doesn't talk. So that's not that great either, right? It's not a plus. But you're just finding things to justify the connection. So, in my opinion, it just doesn't sound like the right connection, love.
Yeah. Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate it.
No problem, dear. Best of luck to you. Says you're still gonna let him slide. It's possible. Certainly, it's possible.
Hello?
How you doing? Hold on one second. You know, some people. This is something that also people would they'll link with people for this reason. I'm not saying she is doing it. I will say this though. Sometimes people choose people because it validates how they want to see themselves. So you'll get someone who, like she said, he's a professional athlete. It's like, y'all got to stop with this avoidant stuff. Just because someone isn't like showing interest in you doesn't make them avoidant. They can not like you as well, right? So it's like, oh, this is a professional athlete and he wants me. That means I'm worthy of a professional athlete. Again, I'm not saying that she's doing this, but I am saying that that is something that occurs. People will choose to be with someone, even if there's no real connection there, just because being chosen by that person validates how that person wants to see themselves. Okay, dear, you can go ahead. What were you saying?
Hi. So I kind of just wanted to ask what you think about my situation.
Okay.
I met this guy about 4 or 5 months ago, and we've been talking ever since. Established exclusivity pretty early on. Kind of a slow burn.
Okay.
Or so he stated. And about at like the 3-month mark, he brought up like exclusivity again, like in a sense like, you know, we're exclusive, right? And I'm like, yeah, I thought we established that like early on. Great. Now, I just feel like he's great communication wise, consistent, met all his friends, he's met my friends. There's a lot of like great chemistry and compatibility between us. But I think I'm having like difficulty kind of deciding whether this is truly a slow burn or if I'm somewhat of a placeholder. In the sense that like we hang out a lot with his good friends. You know, I invite him to things with my friends. It's like 50-50 he shows up. And one-on-one hangouts, I feel like with FIFA, like he's really big in soccer, so am I. So within the past month, it's just been like more so hanging out with each other's friends because of FIFA, that one-on-one hasn't really been as consistent. And so I don't know whether to interpret that as inconsistency when everything else seems very consistent. So I'm not sure.
Okay. And y'all been dealing with each other for how
long? End of February, or no, end of March.
Okay. How'd y'all meet?
Apps. Bumble.
How old are you two?
27 and 29.
Okay. You're 27? Okay. So things are going fine, but the one problem that you're having is this past month you've been spending time with him in a group setting and not one-on-one?
Yeah, like more so group setting. Like we've hung out 3 times maybe this month. No, twice one-on-one. Everything else is kind of just with friends. And then I feel like sometimes, like, he's really good in the sense, like, he'll call, or he'll, like, if he's out with his friends, like, he'll call me and be like, hey, here's my friend's number, my phone's at 2%, like, here's a way you can reach me if you need me. So it's like the
Right.
consistency is there, but it's like in other areas, like, I'm just not sure if I'm leaning, like, what is a true slow burn versus being a placeholder.
I think we're getting caught up in labels.
And see, that's another thing. We had that conversation, and I was like, labels aren't important to me as long as we're transparent with each other, and the communication's great, and we see that there's a destination here. But it's like I'm not 100. I feel like I'm not 100% certain
No, I
about
mean, when I say
the way
labels,
he's moving.
when I say labels, I mean saying things like slow burn and placeholder. That's just going to cause you to overthink. That's not important.
Oh,
It's just, are you moving towards a relationship or not? We got all these made up terms. But anyway, so so y'all hung out one-on-one twice this month. Y'all hung out mostly in a group setting, and then you're interpreting that to mean that you could potentially be a placeholder. How are you making that leap? How are you connecting those two things?
it's like small things when he's out with his friends. Maybe like I feel like I tend to think I have a really good gut feeling, and 9 times out of 10, I'm right. But that one, chance that I'm not, I just feel like there's another girl, and I can't pinpoint why. I just feel like there's some attention that's been kind of redirected, and I don't know if that's him kind of pulling away. Like, things have been going really great. So I don't know if he's just like kind of pulling away, if I should address this like energy shift or just let it be. Because I'm really not in a rush. Like, I'm enjoying getting to know him.
Do you know anything about attachment styles?
Both secure.
No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not. He might be.
You don't think?
You're not. Absolutely not. So, because you're sounding like you're sabotaging right now. You just said everything's great, but we're still hanging out. We're hanging out in a group setting. If he's out, his phone's about to die. He gives you his friend's number. He literally has not done anything wrong, and you're creating this narrative in your head like there must be something. You're expecting something to go wrong, and you're looking for it. Go ahead.
Sorry. The reason why is because we've had like multiple dates one-on-one throughout like the past 2 months that we've had, and he's like canceled last minute. So like there's a drive-in movie we're supposed to go to in May, and it's just kind of been, I'll reschedule it.
Okay.
And it's like he'll, cancel plans with me, he'll go hang with his friends. Like, I get it. But if I'm not really seeing like that urgency to kind of prioritize time with me, I think that's my problem.
Okay. Has this been something that you brought up?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What's his response?
His response was, I'm sorry, I care about you. We're up to...
Hold on, we lost you, love. Your audio cut out.
Oh.
Okay, the last thing I heard you say was, he said, I'm sorry and I care about you.
He's like...
Lost you again.
Is it back?
I think so.
Okay, sorry. Like, I care about you, I'm gonna make it up to you, and we're gonna reschedule this, and it never comes up.
Okay.
And so when I brought it up to him, like, hey, I really don't appreciate when you do that, I would rather some more consistency, more effort in planning to see me when you actually say that.
Right.
So I feel like right at this point, I'm in like that gray zone. Like, I'm trying to see, is his actions going to follow?
Now that's new data, because you didn't say that before. Yeah. Okay. So he apologized at first, reassured you, said he cared about you, but then he still did not change his behavior. And then you say you brought it up again?
No, I haven't. I've just been observing.
Okay. All right. Bring it up again.
How soon is too soon?
How long ago did y'all have the last conversation?
At this point, maybe 3 weeks, almost a month.
Okay, no, it's not too soon.
It's not? Okay.
Yeah, bring it up again. And see what he says. And don't bring it up anymore, though. Give him 2 strikes.
What capacity should I
Give him 2 strikes.
bring it up?
But don't. We mean in what capacity? Just bring it up. Next time you talk to him.
Or just like normally? Like, hey, we talked about this before. I'm not seeing like
Yeah.
much of a difference.
Yeah, speak about how it makes you feel, though.
Mm.
Like, just communicate in that way, right? But don't bring it, like, observe after you bring it up the second time.
Okay.
And see if there's any changed behavior.
Because it's also like not even just the hangouts. Like it's sometimes he'll put out like, oh, I have a work trip coming up or he brought up a work trip that he's going to in August in
Right.
May, and he's like, oh, you should totally come with me. When it came around to like actually looking for flights, then he was like, actually, I don't think you should come. I'm gonna be in the conference all day, and I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. Like I'll see you when you get back, type of thing.
Okay.
But it just feels like it's a pattern.
Yeah,
Like
it
it's
might
like,
be.
You get my hopes up,
Yeah.
and then pulls a rug.
Yeah, for sure. That's the issue. That's the
Yeah.
issue. Why don't you lead with that? You led with, like, we're hanging out and we're in a group setting. Nah, that's the real issue. So, yeah,
guess.
that's not, you're not tripping with that. Like,
Yeah.
if that's happening, like I always tell people, and I'm glad you used the word pattern, because I tell people that's what you want to look for. Because some people will look at like a one-off situation and they'll get mad. Wait
no,
until
I'm a
it's
Scorpio. I'm looking at patterns.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at patterns. So around 3 times, I would say a pattern has been established. So that patterns are character, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
you bring it up. You brought it up once, failed the test. Bring it up again. Observe after that. If behavior does not change, just effectively leave the situation. But this is also why I tell people, it's these dating apps, man. It's
The
these
dating apps?
It's these what I mean by that is, like, it's not to say that you can't meet a person like this in the wild. Obviously you can. But what I'm saying is dating apps tend to, like, attract certain types of personalities. So, for example, I've always told people that the best people to date are people who are not shopping. So the ideal person to meet is someone who maybe desires a relationship, but they don't need one. And they're out just
Right.
living their lives. Right?
Mm.
But a dating app are people who have, a lot of people who have attachment issues, who need to be with someone, who need external validation, who are escaping something they just left. A lot of times people break up and immediately get on a dating app so they can, like, bypass that grief and get regulated by another person. Right? Happens a lot.
Right.
So
I
it's
didn't
just,
think of that.
it's not the ideal environment. People do it because it's easy, and we are in this culture of speed. So it's like, it's hard to tell people to meet people in person because it's more of a long-term
Right.
strategy when you can just quickly connect with someone on a dating app. But the environment of a dating app pretty much guarantees that person is talking to 5 or 10 people simultaneously,
Right.
right? So, because only the most attractive people on dating apps get all the results anyway. So I'm assuming you match with someone who's attractive. So that means other women are also matching with them. So he's just talking to a lot of
Dating
people.
apps, that's like a whole other thing. Like he was still on Raya after we had he had brought up exclusivity like super early on.
Right.
And, we were both like, yeah, we're going to explore this like exclusively, like great.
He was still
Come
on
to find out
Riot
he's
after
still
y'all
on
became
Riot.
exclusive?
Yeah, so I brought that up.
Yeah.
And he had said like, oh, I totally forgot about that. And I'm like, but you pay for the app. How do you
Right.
forget?
Right.
And he's like, well, I use it for connecting with people, whatever. He does. I do believe that. But at that point,
No, hold.
no.
We already got a lie.
Oh.
I forgot about that. Oh, well, I use it to connect with. Those are 2 different things. Those are 2 different explanations. Even if he does use it to connect with people, you just told me you forgot you were on it.
I didn't even connect the dots like that.
Yeah, that's why they pay me the big bucks. So you immediately just shifted the explanation.
Ah, so that was a lie in there. Wow.
Yeah.
See, that was early on. I was just kind of like, okay.
I think you're closer to secure than I gave you credit for. I think you're closer to being secure than I gave you credit for. But yeah. The more you talk about the situation, the less confidence I have in it. But I still would tell you to play it the way that I told you, right? Bring it up again,
Okay.
just for your own peace of mind, so that you have like kind of some degree of certainty about it. So bring it up again. See how it makes you feel. See if he changes his behavior, and if he doesn't change his behavior, you're not waiting forever either.
Right.
See if he changes his behavior, and then if he does not, just exit the situation, and then get off those apps. Get off the. You know what happens on these apps? We live in a time where it's like we're connecting and dating more people than we ever have before, right? Some people, like in a year's time, they've dated more than our ancestors did in their entire lives. And when they're dating more, they're having more negative dating experiences. And then when they have more when you start to like condense the timeline of like having a lot of negative dating experiences, it's a fast track to becoming jaded and to become more guarded.
Yeah.
So it's better to take the approach of the tortoise, not the hare. Right?
Yeah, he has a lot of.
He has a lot of what?
I appreciate your time.
All right, love. Best luck to you, all right?
Hello?
Yeah. I was saying best luck to you. Follow back up with me when you get more data, all right? All right.
Okay, thanks.
I couldn't hear it. I think her audio cut out. 100 different people. People dating like crazy. I know when I first got single, I hopped on the app. Date. So I gotta slow down. I gotta slow down a bit. People are like, oh, they didn't text you back on the dating app. Let me tell you, from someone who had a lot of matches, you get so many, you can't possibly keep up with it. I know women go through this. I'm a man. Women have way more matches on dating apps. It's overwhelming. So they'll get off because of the amount of matches that they have or likes that they have. They'll get off because it's like, this is too much. You know what I mean? Imagine you enter into a room of like 80 dudes and they all want to fuck you. All of them. You walk in, it's 80 men in there, they just turn. Start biting their lip and shit when you come in. You would slowly back up out of that fucking room with your mace in hand. Right? You would slowly, easy fellas. Who's that thick joint over there? Huss. Out of there. It's like, no. I'm gonna say it every live. Get off them apps, man. Get off those apps. I know it's easy. I know it's convenient. I know you get bored and you're like, I just want to see who up there. You know who up there. You know who up there. How many men with like the Chipotle bag tattoos do y'all need? You know what I mean? Danny, you caught that. My boy, Danito. Any more callers? If you want my eyes on your situation, hit the button at the bottom of the screen with a blue and pink person. I do like when I'm talking to someone and I think I know their situation and they share an additional detail and I'm like, throw out that previous answer. Let's lock in. I've now changed my mind. It's my favorite thing to do is changing my mind. I'm like, ooh, okay. That made things a bit more interesting. Let's dive into that for a bit. These other coaches would have doubled down. I've given my answer and I'm standing by it. Plot twist, right. My fellas in the chat, was she pressure? I couldn't see. I don't know. My spidey senses were tingling. You know who was pressure? For people in the afternoon chat, fellas in the afternoon chat. Married, Shorty? Shorty was married in here? Respectfully. 4 kids? I was like, there's no way you have 4 kids. I did some recon work a little bit. Forgive me. I'm not perfect. I was curious. Curiosity got the best of me. Huh? You would never think that woman had 4 kids. You would never think that woman had 4 kids. What's up, CC? All right, we got another caller. Hello? Hello? A lot of noise over there. A lot of noise. Yeah, when they loud like that, you gotta get them up out of here. Get them up out of here. I got a homeboy who sends me reels on Instagram pretty frequently. I ain't got the heart to tell him. Stop sending me them shits. Just stop doing it, all right? This is not improving the quality of either of our lives. Just stop doing it. Not watching this shit. Just leave like a crying face emoji on it. And don't even watch it. Stop doing that, bro. You send me a DM? About what? For coaching? Speaking of which, if you do want a 1 hour coaching call where you can get clarity over your situation and you can also get a step-by-step action plan so you know specifically what to do next in your situation, DM me the word coach. We'll talk. I don't see no DM. I don't see one. Did you just lie to me? Do I have to block you for lying? You know, it's a trigger for me. I don't like liars. Billy, I can't add you because of the way you said add me. I didn't like that, to be honest with you. Too many E's on it. It's a red flag. Oh, you did send me a DM. Hi, I'm a student. Overseas, lives in France, looking for a serious relationship. What is it that you think I do here, love? Because I don't do what you think I do. This is not matchmaking. Now I'm mad that I went and investigated. Chill out, Maya. Chill out. Chill out. No, she's not shooting her shot. These people want to be matched for whatever reason. And I'm not, I don't do that. Don't do that. If anyone gonna be matched here, it's gonna be me. Huh? It's gonna be me. Not the rest of you. Scram. What else do we have? I don't trust anybody in the queue, for real. To be honest with you. We're gonna try this one though. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed with good fortune. Taking too long. Taking too long. Can't do it. Hello.
Hi, I met with you earlier. You asked me to send you an email or a DM with my email. I tried to, but I think you have to accept my requests or something.
Let me see. Let me try to find you real quick. Let me try to find you real quick. I got you're buried in like 1,000 DMs. I'm gonna have to search for you after I get off live, but I'll do it after I get off live. Okay. All right, dear. That's when people will like ask me questions in my DMs. I'm like, do you have any? You can't even conceptualize how many DMs I get. That's a good excuse I can use when I don't respond to people's DMs. I got so many. I can't possibly answer. It'd be DMs I don't want to answer. I can't possibly answer yours because I got so many DMs. Blame that. And there's some fine shit to DM you. Found it. I found it. Here it is. I found yours. Everyone else, I couldn't find it. Damn, CC, relax. Damn, cut buddy some slack. He just saying his connection didn't work. Ashley, what are your thoughts on matchmaking services? People have told me to like do that, but I have no interest because I feel like people who do matchmaking, not all people who are looking for matchmaking services, but I do think that it is a lot of insufferable people. Like the ones who can't afford it. Not like on some TikTok shit, but real matchmaking. Like we're spending thousands of dollars for someone to find you a partner. No. Mm-mm. A lot of entitlement. Right? They're not realistic. Right. Right. I don't have the patience for that. Because I will tell people about themselves. Don't have much of a filter. Yo.
Yo.
What's going on, man? Now? Yeah, I got you, bro. What's going on?
Yo, CC, man, I'm sorry, man. The internet was bad, but...
She was out to get you. She was out for blood.
Yeah, I got a question about the Spark Guy thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you mean by they create desire? That's my question.
Because you are creating the conditions to where like the woman like there's an emotional spike. They feel something in their body.
So, but the things you mentioned was like, okay, you gotta smell good, look good. Is that for the initial like interaction, or is it like throughout?
What do you mean? Like your looks are gonna? It's like a static situation.
One of your videos is like, oh, be funny, smell good, look good, look sexy.
So it's not. Like you don't need to like. You don't need to. So when I give you like the traits. It's not like, oh, develop all of these. It's not necessary. But I list some out so you can kind of see what ones you could give and then kind of lean into that. Does that make sense?
Okay, so what do you reckon? It makes sense, but what do you reckon is like the most overpowered skill trait you could have as a speaker?
I got you. So it's going to be a cliche answer though. Be prepared for this. Confidence is a big one. It's a big one,
man,
brother.
Okay.
It's a big one.
Confidence.
Being a bit bold, having boundaries. One trait that you would never find a woman say that she doesn't like is having a good sense of humor.
Man, that is hard for like safety guys. I naturally lean into safety,
right.
Like texting, how's your day been, thinking of you, stuff like that. And I feel like it kills attraction. Mm-hmm. There is no attraction, it's just... Yeah, so...
But you know what's funny? So, like, the doorway to spark is simply courage.
Courage?
Yeah, so there are guys who have never found any kind of content like mine, but yet they do very well with the opposite sex. Why is that? The whole idea of game was invented by people who studied guys who just naturally moved in an attractive way, and they just kind of, studied what they were doing. And then kind of taught all like the simps and the betas, like, okay, just do this stuff, right? That's where it came from. But it's just courage, right? So a lot of safety guys will be like, I'm gonna be me, and I always push back on that and say, if you were being you, you wouldn't be a safety guy.
Type shit.
I'll give you an example.
I get you.
Yeah, I'll give you an example just for the chat, the other guys who are listening. So there was a guy who called in. He was calling himself like a nice guy. He was like, women always say that I'm like so nice. I'm a nice guy. And I was like, how often does that happen? He was like, bro, it happens every time. They always say I'm so sweet and so nice. And I asked him, I was like, well, do you only have nice and sweet thoughts? And he was like, no. Then I asked him, I was like, why are you not expressing the ones that aren't nice and sweet? And he kind of paused. I was like, right. So you're holding that side back because you fear rejection. If you were truly being yourself, you would express the nice thoughts and the not so nice thoughts. That doesn't mean be mean, by the way. It just means to like authentically respect yourself. Still have some tact. You don't just say whatever pops into your head. But it's like a lot of guys are performative and they hide that aspect of themselves that actually would stimulate desire because they don't want to force the woman to make a decision. Because when you do start playing your hand, it's like, well, now she can reject you. But if I'm just being nice to her, she can't reject me. Go ahead.
Yeah, quick question though. Like, how early are you supposed to have like to express yourself? Like, you know
Always,
what I mean?
always lead with spark. Always lead with
Always lead with
spark.
spark.
You don't lead with safety. When you lead with safety and you follow up with spark, you enter like creep territory. Because to the woman, it feels like you're misrepresenting yourself. If you go up to a woman and you're like being very nice to her and like kind of have platonic vibes, and then like a week after knowing her, you're like, by the way, that ass is fat. She went, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I thought you were going to become a bestie. It's like, then it's like, they'll start calling you weird and shit like that, right? So you want to lead with spark first. Out the gate, the interaction is man to woman. That doesn't mean you're like, trying to necessarily trying to get her, but you are giving off like some sort of flirtatious energy. You're subcommunicating that you see her as a desirable woman, right?
Right.
That way there's no kind of confusion. I came out the gate with this type of energy. And then you follow up with safety after that, and then that makes the safety even land better.
I see what you mean, bro. I see what you mean.
Because you appear more dynamic. Like a lot of women like dynamic men. All dynamic means is you have contradictory traits. Right? Like if you went to the gym, went to a gym, you see like a real buff guy, and then you find that he's a scientist. You're like, what the fuck? I didn't expect for you to be a scientist. Or if you see like a guy who does MMA, but he also writes poetry, it's just seeming more dynamic. Like I can't put you in a box, right? So having both spark and safety kind of checks that same box of being dynamic, right? Because it's like, oh, you're dealing with shorty in a way that's like kind of smooth and calibrated. She may like start thinking you're a fuckboy, and then you're actually very chivalrous and interested in her and pay attention. It's like, well, where'd you come from? Go ahead.
Yeah. Another question. Sorry, last question. What are your views on having like preloaded lines? Just like
Nope. Because all the magic happens in the present moment.
No, like to like kick off the interaction, like the spark.
You can do that. Okay, let me give you more nuance. If you're someone who, depends on where you are. If you're someone who like doesn't talk to women at all and you just need like some training wheels to start doing it, that's fine. But try to get out of that as soon as possible. All the magic happens in the present moment. Because what happens is it puts your energy in your head. Right? You want to have your energy in your body and or your awareness in your body, so that like an awareness of how you feel somatically is kind of like the doorway to the present moment. And the present moment is where all the magic happens. Like you won't be able to read the situation. A lot of times when you're dealing with women, it's like you're just reading the vibe. It's not even a conscious thought.
Okay, so yeah, one of the biggest hindrances is that like a lot of guys are too much in their head to notice what the woman is feeling, or actually take the time to observe the woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was talking about. Preloaded lines, just like to launch you off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just understand that's training wheels. Don't get caught up in that. It'd be so much better if you just allow the moment to inspire you.
I'm curious. How would you start off with interaction? How would you lead with spark?
I do it on the slab all the time, man. I'm very playful, but you got to kind of know
Playful. Okay. Now we're getting to the juicy part. Playfulness.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
How
you
do
got
you
to
start with that?
you got to kind of like know what your archetype of energy is. So it's like you don't want to. It's something I was gonna make content on. I haven't really figured it out yet, but like different archetypes, so you can kind of figure out what kind of guy you are. But you got to use whatever strength you have. If you don't have a developed sense of humor, then trying to be funny is probably not gonna be your bag.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like you got to kind of have self-awareness to kind of know, like, do you even know what makes you attractive? What a woman would like be interested in about you? Because if you have that data, you can just lean into it a bit more.
I appreciate it, man.
No problem, bro.
Thank you, man.
All right,
DC, you gotta chill, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. You take care. Like when the young guys come up, get some tutelage. You feel me? Get some tutelage. Need a new bestie. But guys fall for that too, right? You know, like the women who like I hate on social media, they normally are like OF models. You know what I love? And other women they don't agree with me. I love me a fat man. Oh, just a fat man who's a good guy and women have been treating him well. I just want to give him a big old hug, right? They'll do shit like that. And you look at the comment sections about the fat motherfuckers. Glad to see we're appreciated. Tell them. Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ, man. Anyone who knows me personally, I hate dumb shit. You get me around a stupid motherfucker, man, it'll ruin my whole day. I gotta get gone. Immediately. Where my hug at? I had to wear my hug at season when I was younger, like in like high school. I just cringed at a memory. Oh my God. Fast learner though. Got out of that shit quick. We got another caller. Do I want to take any more calls? I don't know if it's gotta be a good one. Gotta be a good one. You can also drop a question in the chat, people. You can also drop your question in the chat. We've begun outlining the book for those of you who were interested in the book. No title yet, but it's all about how to be dateable. How to be dateable. So we're gearing up to write that bad boy. Is it recommended to text prior to meeting? Damn, Sue. Hey, Sue. What's going on? I don't think we've spoken before. Quite the profile pic that you have. Yes, I would say texting me before we meet. Where are you located, Sue? Texting me before we meet is probably going to be a good idea. Actually. I'd highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. But like text before you meet, why? Like, what's the contest? Like someone got your number, dating app, what's the contest there? Like, are you talking about texting before you meet on a date, like same day? I need to know what the contest is. Maya, what you talking about? Maya, you ready for Dallas? Are you ready for Dallas? Huh? Testing them for a month or more before meeting. Why a month? Why does it take? Meaning, why does it take you that long to meet? Is this like a long distance situation? Ah, have y'all talked on the phone? I'll be doing FaceTime, baby. Texting. Like, yeah, you start with texting, sure, but like, I would transition to phone calls. I'm trying to feel the person out a little bit. You've had 2 phone calls? Do you like him? Do y'all have any chemistry? I don't know. I've like tested out long distance a few times. Like the ones I connected with, we talk. We certainly talk. Maya, I'm gonna be in that pool, Maya. Can you swim? What I am concerned about is we have so many people popping out to Dallas with us. Can any venue hold that many people? I swim like a fish. All right, I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold you to it. Maya gonna bring the energy. That's why I was like, Maya gotta come for sure. A word and trading contest. He doesn't seem to be initiating calls. That could be a problem. How did y'all meet? Talk to me. How did y'all meet? Dating app. Come on, Sue. Come on, baby. We can't do that. We can't do that. Which app? Which app did y'all meet on? How far apart are you? Like, how long of a drive would it be? Damn. 8-hour drive? Couldn't find nobody closer? Jesus Christ. And it's been a month that y'all been talking. And most of the conversation has been via text. Have you attempted to have more phone calls or have you FaceTimed him? And when are y'all supposed to meet? Have we talked about that as well? I have so many questions, Sue. Okay, so you have FaceTime them, so you know you're not being catfished. Thank God. Hey, thank God. Not a fun experience. I've experienced it before. So, have you like requested like more phone calls? Or are you just in observation mode? Whoa. Yes, I have, but he said okay, but hasn't seemed to do anything. Okay. All right. When are y'all supposed to meet? And are you going to him or is he coming to you? Hold on. Ruth, are you in the chat? He's always busy, you said? But like, when are you supposed to see him though? Yo,
Hi.
hi.
So I'm Elena. So I have a question. So I'm dating this guy, and he is very reserved type of guy, like quiet, shy, like not really talk much unless he's drunk. He talks more. So we have gone on 4 dates, and he's always like what he says he does. But my question is like, he doesn't really text often. He doesn't really check in. He's like only like right before we're gonna see each other, or like like he'll respond, but he won't be like saying good mornings or anything like that. But I understand he's like very reserved type of person. Not only with me. Like I've talked to other people, and he's like that with everybody. I don't know if I should see it like a red flag or not, because he's just different. And other people I have dated, they've been like, like try to have some kind of communication throughout the week and everything. And he's not like that. And so I don't know if I should see it like in like something bad or good or not, or
Okay.
that's just how his personality is.
So the main issue is y'all just don't talk enough?
I just feel like he doesn't communicate it a lot. Like when he sees me, he talks to me, but not like a lot.
Okay.
And I have asked him, like, he just says like, I don't know what to say, or I'm very reserved, or I'm shy. But he's like, you talk and I listen and I'm here. Like he's very affectionate. He's very passionate with me. He's very like there. Everything he says, he does. Like if he says he's gonna see me, he'll like show up and everything. He's just not very communicative, and but it's not only with me. He's like that with like a lot of people.
How do you know he's like that with a lot of people?
Cause I talked to somebody that's related to him, and he tells me that he's like that with everybody. Like he doesn't answer calls, he doesn't answer texts right away. He's very reserved. He doesn't really open up. He's just like an introvert, And but he's also like that with me. So I'm like thinking like I don't know how to see it. Like I don't know if that's something like normal or not normal, That's what I'm asking.
Okay, let's pretend like it is normal. Is that someone you still want to deal with?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I mean, I'm willing to accept it, because if that's the way he is. But it'll be really, really hard, like, because I'm a very talkative person, Like, it's gonna be really, really hard to, like, just get something out of him, But I mean, I'm willing to accept it if that's how he is, It's not like something that he's just doing to not communicate,
Right, well, you already established that's something that's how he already is. But it still is bothering you. Why?
I think it bothers me because I'm so used to having like people have that, like daily communication, or like not daily, but every other day or throughout the week, and I don't have it with him, and I feel like it makes me confused or wonder, It just makes you feel like, I don't know what word to use, but like there's a disconnect,
I got you. How old are you two?
He's gonna be 30 and I'm 45.
He's going to be 30 and you're 45?
Uh-huh.
Whoa. All right. Check you out.
The way you smile.
So, how did you two meet?
We knew each other for a while already, and we just started dating because we're both single. So we knew each other for a while through relatives.
Okay. So how long y'all been dating?
2 months.
When did this become an issue for you?
Recently, cause when we meet up for dates, I keep asking him like, hey, like tell me something or ask me questions, and then he's like, I don't know what to ask you, and I'm like, so then I'm like doing one-on-one with him. I'm like, okay, let's pretend that I'm like somebody you never met, and you're barely meeting me, like ask me something, and he's like, he says something like really stupid. He's like, okay, what's your name? And I'm like, he already knows my name, obviously, so I'm like, really? And then he'll like, okay, then what do you do for a living? And like he'll like ask like those little questions, right? And I'm like, what the frick? Like,
So what do you like? What do you like about him?
I'm attracted to him. I like that he's into sports like I am too. Like into soccer. And he has different qualities that I like.
Like what?
I'm thinking of
That's not a good sign.
just that the way he treats me, like he treats me with like a lot of kindness, and
How?
like when he's around me, he treats me like a gentleman,
In what way?
like he's cautious. He opens doors. He like walks always on the other side. He goes on dates. We've gone to the movies. We've gone out to eat.
Okay, so like now you're just finding things. You just listed out some basic traits, love. You just said he opens doors for you. Like, so it's not easy for you to like somebody. Then it sounds like the main thing is you sound like you're physically attracted to him.
Yeah, I'm really physically attracted. Yes.
Right. That is holding the entire connection. Here's the problem with building a relationship off physical attraction. You get desensitized to it. What keeps people together is either a psychological connection or a fantastic bedroom experience. Those are the two things that really bond people together for a long period of time. This is new, so you're physically attracted to him because it's still a fresh connection, but you will become desensitized to his looks. And then once that happens, what is the relationship going to be built upon?
That's true. I was thinking about that.
Right.
Since there's like no communication, there's no emotional involvement yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of just confirmed what I was thinking, but I was just not sure if that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
So when it's just emotional involvement, I mean, not emotional, a physical attraction, then it fades with time, right? That's what you're saying?
Pretty quickly, too.
Would that be on both sides, or is it just in my end?
Possibly on both. But he may be a bit more desperate than you, because if he's this boring, he's not keeping nobody.
Yeah, he hasn't been with anybody for a while.
Right. Not surprising. He bored me talking about him. So, yeah, this isn't going to work out, unfortunately.
Thank you. Thank you for clearing that for me.
No problem, dear. Best of luck to you.
Bye.
All right. No more calls though. But yeah. We gotta hook him up with Shorty who got the fire alarm beep. Yeah, like a nap off. You know? I was just about to call. Aww. You gotta be quicker than that, love. You gotta be quicker than that. Y'all know I'm up here at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I normally cut calls off at 10:45. So, yeah, you gotta catch me next time, toots. You can also drop a question in the chat, though. You also have that ability. I can answer it there. Yeah, I want to help people like not. How often do you stream? Every day except for Sundays at noon Eastern time and 9 p.m. Eastern time. Gotta help people not be so boring. Gotta help people stop being so boring. There's a lot of boring people out there. No, I just want you to pick my brain. I gotta be honest with you, love. That doesn't sound interesting to me at all. You know what would help? It's called what is it called? Theory of mind. So like try to see things from the other person's perspective. That'll help you with connecting with people in general. So many people, they just are focused on what they're this is not against you, love, but it made me think about it. They're so like fixated on what they want, they don't realize the other person has wants too. Can I have a private call? Yes, just DM me the word coach if you want a private call. And yeah, I'll send you a link to book your call. It's not cheap, so don't be surprised when you see the price, okay? It's not $50 for an hour of my time. It's a considerable price. But yeah, theory of mind, man. I was talking to my homeboy about this. He was, I'm trying to network. He was like going to successful guys being like, can I buy you a coffee? And I was like, how's that working out for you? And he was like, it's not. Why do you think that is? I don't know. I just want to buy him a coffee. I'm like, okay, so you're going to like these millionaire guys and you're telling them, can I buy you a coffee to pick your brain? Why would they say yes to that? That costs them money, actually. Even you buying the coffee is costing them money due to opportunity cost. They could be doing something that is actually productive to make more money. But instead of doing that, they're talking to you in exchange for a free coffee. Theory of mind. How does this person perceive the situation? Empathy is like, how would I feel in this situation? Theory of mind is like, what are they feeling in this situation? Like, what are they thinking? And that ties into relationships as well, because the better you can get with theory of mind, the more you can like understand where your person is coming from. You know? What are your thoughts on sugar in relationships? Jade, I got a smooth $20 for you. That's what I think about it. I got a smooth, crisp $20 for you. What you think about that? Because some might say I do have a sweet tooth. Crispy ass 20. Fresh out the ATM, love. Talk to me. How we gonna handle this? Are you considering or have been in like a sugar baby situation? Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. You answered that question, I'll give you my perspective on it. No, but it's been common. Okay, so you're not, so my $20 bill ain't gonna do nothing. Damn it. Okay, you just broke my heart, Jade. Aw, my heart is broken. That was the wrong answer. Okay. Obviously it's not a good thing because it's transactional. It's not a true connection. So if you want true connection, obviously you don't want to engage in transactional dynamics. Now, let's get a little nuance. All relationships on some degree are transactional. Even Christians try to not sin because they want to get to heaven, right? There's always some degree of transaction underneath it. But there's like levels to transaction, right? So that's like more obvious. It's like overtly transactional. So you said that you were not looking for a sugaring dynamic. What kind of dynamic are you looking for, Jade? What kind of relationship you trying to have? Ignore the chat too. It's just you and me here. What kind of relationship are you looking for? Who said try 40? $1 sold. Right? No, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. Can we do that in installments? What are you talking about? What are you and Rain talking about? Oh, you're talking about the $40. I get the joke. My apologies. I just ruined the vibe, didn't I? What does that mean? What does it mean when a man wants to talk to you over the phone for many hours but not meet you? I need more context. How did y'all meet? And how long have y'all been talking? Also, why does it matter? If he doesn't want to meet you, why are you even talking to him? Keep telling y'all, focus on the what, not the why. A lot of y'all focus on the why. Trying to figure the person out. Why are they doing this? Who gives a fuck? Does that behavior work for you or does it not? If it doesn't work for you, just move on. You don't need to psychoanalyze a person. Why are they doing that? He doesn't want to meet me. Why doesn't he want to meet me? Well, you can't be with someone who doesn't want to meet you, right? So, get out of there, right? That's like a common thing on this live. People are like, why does this happen? I'm like, don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't. Are you taking any more calls? No, I will be back live at noon Eastern time tomorrow to take calls. I'm not taking any more calls tonight. We're closing our 4-year long distance, and I'm worried on how things will go. 4 years long distance? Y'all behind the 8 ball. 4-year long distance. Normally long distance, you want to make that happen like within the first year or so. He has a wife or girlfriend or is avoidant. That's not how avoidant attachment works. People, I get the name suggests that someone's avoiding something. Understand. But people keep putting this label, not you, Laura. You made me think of something, a point that I made before. People use this like avoidant term. It's a real thing, obviously. But maybe you go on 2 dates with a person, they ghost you. They'll be like, he's avoidant, she's avoidant. No. People don't behave like avoidant attachment doesn't activate until you become emotionally significant to that person. If they just met you, you're not a threat. Like sometimes people don't like you. Sometimes people are just bored. Sometimes people met someone else and they prefer dealing with them. So it's good to know attachment styles, but people shoehorn everything into attachment styles. Don't work that way. Character is a variable, right? You got to consider people's actual character. That's an additional variable. Person's capacity is an extra variable. If you haven't been dating that person for like 2 or 3 months, and they leave you, it ain't no avoidant. Nah. That's not to say they're not avoidant, but them not dealing with you is not a sign of avoidant attachment. That's not how that works. I've been talking to this guy for a year and a half. Should I ask him what we were doing, even though I asked before? I think you should just leave that situation, love. Been talking for a year and a half. Talking about what? You ever been talking about for a year and a half? How do you differentiate character with attachment style? I mean, it overlaps a little bit. Character is expressed in behavior, you know? Do all men check out other women when alone? Can they still be loyal? I can't say what all men do, but if they are checking out other women while they're alone, yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to cheat on you. There's a fantasy that we have in our heads, and we got to ground ourselves in reality. Your person, man or woman, is going to have desire for other people. I know, right? Horrible. That's not what the movie said. That's not what I saw on Disney. I know. We're in the real world, though. Are going to have desire for other people. People who you be with and commit to are the ones who stay connected in spite of any other kind of desire that they have. But y'all are trying to shoehorn reality to, like, you're trying to make reality match like the fantasy. That's a fantasy, man. It's a fantasy. All right, any last minute questions, people? Last minute questions before I get out of here. Is it fantasizing about other women already in that unloyal capacity? By your logic, love, a woman having a celebrity crush is also unloyal. I gotta use that celebrity crush thing because it triggers women sometimes. They tend to want to defend it. Same shit though. So doesn't matter if you'll never meet them. Same thing. Same mechanism. You're desiring somebody else. You know? If he disappears and then reappears a year later, is it always bad? I don't really know what you're asking me. What's the context? Who was Michael Cooper Jr.? Did you just make that up? Michael Cooper Jr.? What the hell is that? Let me get to Googling. Never heard of Who that was? Michael Hooper Jr. Never seen this man a day in my life. Day in my life, never seen this person. Shantaga picking up what I'm putting down. Sorry to this man. Little subtle Kiki Palmer reference. You feel me? Yes, because he went looking for greener pastures and came back. We don't have enough details to determine that yet. He is an adaptation series on Netflix. Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. He like CJ a little bit. Elise, I noticed that. Look a little bit like CJ. To be honest with you. Like if you cut CJ's hair, darken his complexion, widen his jawline, fits his eyes, put in some earrings, add 6 inches to height. It was dark outside and you had some soap in your eye. Looks just like him, if you ask me. Looks just like him. CJ, I love you, bro. Hey, watch it from Africa, the Gambia. Are you in the place where they got the yellow tint? Well, let me ask you this. Sexy as Baby Mama 27. Jesus Christ, that's your username? That just answered my question. You're in the yellow tint region, aren't you? You're in the yellow tint region. I was going to ask you why sometimes in Africa, when you see their videos, they got like this yellow hue to it. This faint yellow hue. But per your username, I suspect you are also in the pollen. You are also in the pollen. I'm from Morocco, France. Can I be your guest for Q&A? I'm not taking any more calls, love. I'm gonna pass on that, unfortunately. I'm gonna head out though. I'm tired. So if you're new here, make sure to follow. I'll be live again tomorrow at 9 p.m. 12 p.m. Eastern time and 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if I didn't get to your call this evening, I will get to it tomorrow afternoon. If you want to see the replays of these lives, they're on YouTube. Link in my bio for that. It's at The Signal Dating. Is there anything else? Jade, I love you. If you're still here, so much. It pains me that we're not together right now, but hopefully we'll reconnect in the future. DM me for coaching if you want your 1 hour coaching call. Okay? DM me the word coach. Good talk. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate the chat. I will see you all tomorrow. Y'all take care.